Hello students, now let us study about one more cell organelle, that is the mitochondria. So mitochondria is very small structure found in the cytoplasm of a cell. It's either spherical or cylindrical in shape. When we study the mitochondria under the electron microscope, we can see that mitochondria has got a double membrane wall. It has got an outer membrane and inner membrane. This is the outer soft membrane and this is the inner membrane. Inner membrane is thrown into folds, and these foldings they are called as cristae. And this mitochondria, it's around 2 to 8 microns in length and it's around 0.5 microns in width. In an eukaryotic cell, we can see around 100 to 150 mitochondria. And when we compare this mitochondria with the nucleus, it's around 150 times smaller than the nucleus. Here in this cell, we can clearly observe this is the nucleus and this is the mitochondria. This mitochondria is nearly 150 times smaller than the nucleus. Even though it's a very small structure, it is very important as it provides the energy for the cell for various biochemical activities. So when we talk about the function of the mitochondria, this mitochondria is a place for cellular respiration. During this cellular respiration, food is oxidized to produce energy, and this energy is stored in the small molecules called ATP. So ATP are stored in the mitochondria, and this ATP provides the energy. So as ATP are stored inside this mitochondria, mitochondria is also called as powerhouse of the cell. So mitochondria is also called as powerhouse of the cell. So depending upon the function of the cell, the number of mitochondria might vary. Generally there are around 100 to 150 mitochondria in each eukaryotic cell, but in the respiratory cells, the number of the mitochondria will increase as the oxidation of the food takes place inside the mitochondria. So we have studied the structure and functions of the mitochondria. Okay students, let us now study about one more structure found in the cell, that is the ribosome. Ribosomes are the small granule-like structures found inside the cell in the cytoplasm. But these ribosomes, remember, they are membraneless structures. So these ribosomes, they are membraneless structures. They are the small granule-like structures found in the cytoplasm of a cell. These ribosomes, they are made of ribosomal RNA and protein. So these ribosomes can be found in the cytoplasm as free granules. Like here you can see these are the free granules found in the cytoplasm, or they can be also found attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. So this is the endoplasmic reticulum. Here you can see the granules. These granules are attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. So they are called as attached ribosomes, and those ribosomes which are free, they are called as free ribosomes. The most important function of the ribosome is to produce or synthesize proteins. So protein synthesis in the cell occurs with the help of the ribosomes. And these ribosomes are present in large numbers in the organs like pancreas. So pancreas produces enzymes. These enzymes are actually produced or formed from the proteins. Proteins are actually forming the enzymes. So ribosomes are found in large number in the organs like pancreas or the organs which produce the enzymes. So the most important function of the ribosome is to produce the proteins. Now let us study about one more important cell organelle. But this cell organelle is plastid or plastids, which are found only in the plants. They are not found in the animals. So plastids are found in the plants. That is, plant cells have got plastids, and these plastids are double membraned organelles, and these plastids are of different types. There are different types of plastids, like we have got chromoplast, which is a colored cell organelle. It is actually having the carotenoid pigments. Let us talk about pigments afterwards. So first plastid is what? Chromoplast. Second one is leucoplast, which is colorless. Third one is chloroplast, which is green in color. So plastids are found exclusively in the plant cells. They are not found in the animal cells. And these plastids are double membraned cell organelles, and these are of three types. They are chromoplast, leucoplast and chloroplast. So these plastids, generally they have pigments inside them. So chromoplast has got carotenoid pigments which give coloration to the flowers, fruits, leaves and so on. Then leucoplast, they don't have any pigments. So what is a pigment? A pigment gives coloration. So these leucoplasts do not have any pigment, so they are colorless. So the main purpose or function of the leucoplast is storage. Then we have got chloroplast. Chloroplast has got green pigments inside it. So chloroplast has got different pigments like chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotene and xanthophyll. But chloroplast is green in color. So when you talk about the shape of the chloroplast, it is biconvex in shape. It has got a double membrane. This is the outer membrane. This is the inner membrane. Inside the chloroplast, we have got two parts again. One is called grana. The second one is stroma. This grana or granum, it has got structures called thylakoids, which actually have got pigments inside them. So single one is called as thylakoid. These thylakoids together are called as granum. So the process of photosynthesis in which plants prepare their food material, that happens in the granum. Photosynthesis happens in the that is actually it happens in the chloroplast, but there are different reactions which happen during the photosynthesis. So granum is the important part where the light reaction takes place, and this is the stroma. The second part is stroma. So stroma, it is colorless. It does not have any pigment inside that. So that is the stroma. So chloroplast has got two parts, granum and stroma. Grana and stroma. So this is the structure of the chloroplast. This is biconvex in shape, and I have told you these plastids are found in the plant cells. So this is a plant cell. In the plant cell, you can recognize a plant cell with the presence of a cell wall. So here this is a big vacuole, and here we have got the plastids, that is we have got chloroplasts. I have drawn here only the chloroplasts. So this is about the plastids. We shall now discuss about the vacuole. So the vacuole is a large empty space found in the cell. So it is a fluid filled sac like structure found in the cell. So this vacuole is present both in animal and plant cells, but the vacuole present in the plant cell is very big, whereas in the animal cell the vacuole might be present or might not be present. Even if it is present, it is very small. So this vacuole in the plant cell is very big and it is fluid filled sac like structure. So when you observe a plant cell, here you can see vacuole is so big that it is pushing the nucleus to one side. This is the nucleus, this is the vacuole, and this vacuole is a membrane bound organelle of the cell. So this vacuole is maintaining the turgor pressure of the inside the cell. So what is the turgor pressure? Turgor pressure pushes the cell membrane towards the cell wall. That is the turgor pressure. In the mature plant cells, it gives support, structural support to the cells. Also it is a waste disposing organelle. It disposes the waste from the cell. Also it stores the food material and variety of the nutrients. So vacuole is bigger in the plant cell when compared with the animal cell. This is about the vacuole.